we're going to bring this, they're going to bring that, whatever. So all it boils down to is making a few little preparations here and there, making some gravy, throwing some sides in the microwave or whatever it is. And it's all about entertainment at that point.
Yeah.
Ah, that's what it's all about.
You know, it's all about spending time together. It's not about stressing out about a meal or getting ready.
Yeah, you're in the bathroom, you know, in front of your
I had
makeup
one
mirror.
of the worst Easters ever at my my wife's grandma's house.
Someone hit an egg up your ass?
It was fucking awful, man. Basically, she's like 75 years old.
Yeah.
She said, I'm going to make this meal. I'm going to take care of everything. I'm like,
Right.
Cool.
She cook a rabbit?
So we roll over there, and we're all hanging out. And like you said, we're just sitting around. Like the TV's on, but like people are there, and there's really nothing going on. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
The TV's on. That's a bad sign right there. The TV's on. There's no.
So my wife's like, Sonny, could you make margarita, or Savvy, could you make margaritas? I'm like, fuck yeah. So that kind of got the party started a little bit. Then we start putting on music.
Spirits.
Then we start hanging out. And so she's like, dinner's ready. So there was some like deviled eggs. So we're all eating deviled eggs. And then she had some like cut up fruit or something. She put that out. And then some chicken.
Uh-oh.
That was it.
Wait, I thought you said this was a bad story or a worst Easter or what?
That was it. Chicken, fruit, and deviled eggs. That was Easter dinner. She lost steam. She didn't make mashed potatoes. She didn't make vegetables. There was no rolls. Right. There was no dessert. Did
she start any like diets that year?
It was
Atkins.
We ended up going to like Yellow Basket and having teriyaki burgers later on because it was so. It was so fucking boring. It was just some people know how to entertain, some people don't.
See, and that was the thing at my ex-in-law's house is it was so bad, I was fucking begging to turn on the TV. I was begging for it because nobody was talking. People were running in and out of the room all the time. No.
See, that helps, man. I don't care what people say. Like
that's why they call them spirits.
Yeah,
like,
man. Get some champagne, get some wine, some beer. Like
Loosen
like I said,
people
we do the
up.
beer tasting and we do a gift exchange. There's like things that we do that are fun throughout the day. Like I'm gonna bring a band here over there, and there's like this karaoke thing. So we're gonna have karaoke and we're gonna have stuff to do. You can't just have hey, come over for dinner. And everyone waits to eat, and they're just not doing anything in between.
Yeah, light up a campfire until
I don't even think we had an Easter egg hunt.
Well, that's the thing. None of my holidays.
I'm sure you didn't. You didn't even mention that.
None of my holidays have ever included alcohol. I mean, not by my choice, you know, things like
they don't
that.
Have drinks over there?
But
fuck that.
my mom,
Riesling with turkey. Yeah.
My mom
Spiked
never disappeared from the party. My mom was in the kitchen cooking. And, you know, the family got along, and it was like, okay, you know, we'll talk, we'll catch up, we'll do our thing. And it was always a good time. Yeah. But at my in-laws' house, it was like, you're just trying to be fucking quiet.
Why?
So mom doesn't freak out when she's cooking the fucking meal.
Yeah, she needed to
concentrate. It was ridiculous.
Full concentration on...
Yeah, like, because she was watching the oven every 15 minutes going, is it cooking? Is it cooking? I hope it's cooking.
She sounds like a train wreck. I couldn't hang with that kind of person.
No disrespect to her, but she is.
I like when people throw that in front of insults. No disrespect, but you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like the forewarning. You got to warn them. Can I ask you a question?
Like, what the fuck? You already did. Thank you. Yes. Walk away.
Yeah. No, it's, you know, she's a good person. It's just some skills she was not born with, you know, and some skills she has not developed. And
yeah, it sounds like no skills.
You know what? And I mean, for Thanksgiving, my wife and I, to make it so easy, we said, fuck it, we're going to go to a buffet. I don't want to cook. Do you want to cook? She's like, no. There's only 3 of us. You know, I'm like, we went to Portugal restaurant. We had a great champagne brunch. My daughter can get whatever she wants. I can get whatever I want. There's no cleanup. There's no mess. Just, like, kind of know yourself sometimes.
Yep.
Do you really want to go through the aggravation of making a meal that you're not really a great cook anyway? You don't know how to entertain. Like, I don't know, man. If you're going to have a party, have some activities to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, pin the tail on the donkey.
Tarot card or a reader or a magician or something. You know, like get some events. I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, it's not like I'm a great like host, but I don't think I'm one of the worst either.
No.
There would be some shit to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's talk shit and drink or whatever it is. It could be so simple, but waiting around, no TV, just hanging out, looking at each other, no refreshments, no appetizers. You're just sitting on the couch.
And that's, I think, what made it fun for us is that my mom always had appetizers out, you know, pretty much when you got there.
Exactly.
And, you know, then you sit around eating the appetizers. You know, grandparents who haven't seen their grandkids in a long time or playing with the grandkids, and, you know, you catch up with cousins, whatever it is. There's a lot of things that I don't get, and I'll tell you right now. Divorced families, like I was talking about on the last show, is I don't know how there could be so many fucking problems within a family unit that my ex has to deal with, and that so many people hate the other people.
I broke up with people because their family was fucked up. Like, I had this girlfriend in San Diego, and she invited me over her parents' house for dinner. We went over there.
Yeah, the lactator.
Yeah,
it was just weird.
Yeah,
like you could tell when families are close. You can tell when they're not.
Yeah.
And I just went over there, and it was just real awkward. There wasn't a lot of laughter. It was dark. The food was great.
Were they
family
fucking gothic?
Yeah. Nah, but it was just the dad was a weirdo. And
do you have a comb over?
Everybody's kind of on guard.
Like, no one really wanted to anger him. Like, why is he angry?
Oh, man.
So everyone kind of walked on eggshells. There was like some fear in the air.
Yeah.
No, that's too much.
You ever walked in a room like that? You just feel
you just
that
know.
energy. You're like,
ooh, I gotta go.
You feel like you just walked into a mortuary or something.
Yeah.
You're like, am I supposed to laugh? What are we doing?
I think those are the moments that you gotta cold cut a fart just to see.
I was myself. I don't give a shit. I was like, hey, what's going on? You know, football on? What are we doing? You know, like, are we just gonna sit here? You know, is there any beer? Like, I'm like,
isn't it funny how that offends people? Sometimes you're just yourself. You know, like it's like it's not like if you were being a douchebag.
I just felt like I don't want to see these people again, and if I don't want to see these people again, then we're never gonna work.
Yeah.
So I gotta go. You know, it's just I've been to people's
good call.
I've just been with people's families, and I'm like, God, I like these people. These are fucking good people. They made me feel comfortable. They made me feel at home, like I was one of them.
Yeah.
Or they made me feel like I was a stranger.
Yeah.
They made me feel like I wasn't wanted. Like
and
they were looking at me like I was in a jellyfish in a fucking tank. And they were just kind of looking at me like, do we poke the glass? You know.
That's how it was at my ex's house, dude. It was crazy holidays.
Well, thanks for making me feel comfortable, guys. All right, appreciate it. See you next year, dicks.
Yeah. No, I mean,
fuck you.
You know, I've been kind of looking at these holidays. My parents are going up to Seattle to see my sister.
Nice.
And so me and my daughter are going to be alone. You know, my grandfather's going to be alone. And so we're getting together for a meal on Christmas. But I look at it and I go, wow. This is kind of fucking cool because I don't have to deal with shit. This is all me.
That's right. Take it on the road.
And
be nomadic this year.
You know, my mom's all crazy about this frozen lasagna ideal for dinner. And I'm like, all right. You know, I could go throw in a lasagna at my mom's house and have my grandpa over there. And, and we'll make it a good holiday. You know, we don't have to do other shit. My grandfather's going to be happy seeing my daughter.
Chill there the whole day.
Yeah. And I'm not going to chill there the whole day because that house is cold as fuck.
You are going to chill.
You're going to chill.
Chill.
Borrow Sonny's heater, man.
But
what it boils down to is simple. You notice you keep things simple, and and it's just that. It's simple. It's like, all these fucking complexities.
You don't have to go crazy for shit. You know, that's what I hate is people who want so bad to make it perfect that they fucking stress themselves and everybody else out.
They just make it all worse.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, there's so much that as human beings we don't have control over, and to just know that we can't control certain things, we can't control people, and we have to manage our expectations of how things are going to be, and just to be accepting
you can't
how the chips fall.
You can't control having to take a shit, but you're not going to take a shit on the spot, right? So you should hold it and dispose of it at a proper time.
So with that, everybody have happy holidays. We will be coming to you soon.